Hello, I'm Carl Peterson. I'm the Senior Manager for Special Projects at the Charter Cities Institute. I'm here today with Linda. Linda, would you please introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Linda Kavuka and I am the Director of African Programs at Students for Liberty.
Great. Linda, would you go ahead and please tell us a little more about Students for Liberty and what you're doing there with the Africa programs?
So Students for Liberty International is a non-profit organization whose mission is to educate, develop and empower the next generation of leaders of liberty. So generally the goal is to create this network of students who will be future leaders advancing liberty in all sectors of the community. And it was first based off the United States and grew all over the world. So today it exists as the largest student movement for liberty and with presence in over 120 countries all over the world in all inhabited continents. So today we are only representing the African chapter. Basically, we reach out to students in campus and recent graduates when they're in the stage of life where they're yet to decide what kind of beliefs that they're going to promote in their life, the career path that they will take and what they will build and who they will be. And we work with them, teach them about classical liberal ideas, the philosophy part, free market ideas, and also give them a platform where they can improve on and learn professional development skills, advocacy, and improve on their leadership. And hopefully with all those tools, they will become the future of the world and be leaders everywhere they will be.
Great. And how many countries in Africa are you guys active in?
We are actually active in over 40 countries right here in Africa, which spreads across people who speak different languages. Because of the diverse colonial histories we do have Africans who speak French as their main language. We have the English side. We have people who speak Portuguese as well.
Right. Do you think that there's any sort of difference in approach in how country by country chapters are approaching teaching liberty to students, especially in different language regions? Or do you guys broadly have a similar approach across all the countries?
So the African approach is actually different. So one interesting thing about SFL is we have domesticated our programs around the world. So we are divided into about 7 or 8 regions, and each region is sensitive to the problems and the challenges they face in their communities. So for Africa, I would say it's dependent on the political and economic situation of the countries, which usually informs the nature of advocacy the students will choose. So in countries where there is a bit more freedoms of speech, you will see them having bolder topics. And in countries that have more political instabilities and more censorship, you'll see them focusing only on economics and entrepreneurship. So I would say those are the two distinct ways and how the students choose to engage. But in terms of methodology, it's all the same. We engage mostly with students online and in all social media platforms. We have webinars where we have sessions by students speaking about different angles of freedom and engaging audiences. And we also have in-person activities on campus. So these students also host events on their campuses and other spaces where they engage fellow students and debate about issues in Africa and propose free market solutions for them.
Great. What's your primary concern in terms of advancing liberty on the continent?
I guess I would say one common thing, probably from my generation and this current generation, I'll just say for us young people, African countries, you would come to see that our education system are influenced by socialism. So we actually don't realize it, but we are heavy on the social and communist ideologies. They are embedded in our education, in our laws, in our governance, in the way we think and how we make decisions. So then it becomes difficult to accept alternative kind of thoughts. And the perception you get when you're teaching ideas, people believe that those are Western and they're foreign and they have no place in the continent. Which also forced us to rethink how we are presenting the ideas. And over the years, we've come to appreciate trying to find African stories for the African situation. So teaching free markets from our own local perspective, showing them that we are only sharing information that already existed in the communities. There is a perception that African communities are communist in nature, which isn't really true. You will find research that shows you we practice free market actually free markets for a very long time. And if you look at African foundational communities, they grew out of spontaneous order. We have in a localized Silk Roads. If you look at before colonialism, we had trade routes that were local, connecting Asia, Africa, the inland and the islands. So all of that is like local. And we're trying to use those material and that history to teach free market policy. So from when we began sometime in 2013 up to today, we've had a rapid growth. We've trained thousands of students all over the continent. And I would say a critical success story is our alumni have gone on to set up think tanks in the continent that are doing research on a number of issues in different countries, from Kenya, Burundi, Tanzania, Uganda, Nigeria, the list is long. And they are helping in having an impact in the policies in their countries and contributing market solutions. Some of them have succeeded in convincing the governments to make changes. For instance, in Burundi, our alumni there, the Center for Democracy and Enterprises Great Lakes, CDE Great Lakes, have contributed to reducing the cost and the time it takes to register a business. And with that, influencing the lives of millions of Burundians.
Very interesting. Great. So today's the second day of our summit, the New Cities Summit. What have you thought of the summit so far?
I think the New City Summit is an amazing idea. I myself have listened to different sessions, and very different kinds of thinking, very different kinds of moving parts that all contribute towards promoting new cities and free cities, and I would say the urban spaces of the future. If you think of Africa and the many challenges we face, I've had a lot of solutions of things that we could do and the different stakeholders, how the roles they could play in enabling us to develop Africa forward. We're being left behind. People are in the fourth or fifth industrial revolution, while we feel like we never began. But there are some solutions that have been shared here today by the different experts in the New Cities Summit on, strategies that Africa should employ in order to move the city forward, in the African cities forward.
Great. Awesome. Linda, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.